What's happening, everyone? Don O'Connor, West Ham Fan TV, back with another video for you all once again. This is your only reaction you're going to get today from the disgrace of what we've just seen. We're unable to do fan cams outside the ground today. So this is what it is, I'm afraid. Just go straight into it. A disgrace. An absolute fucking disgrace. Disgrace of a league. Disgrace of a decision. Disgrace of a referee. Disgrace of a team. How you can deem that a acceptable, correct decision means you have no knowledge or any aspect on football whatsoever. I don't care how many refereeing or fucking badges you've got. No one in their right mind calls it as that. Unless there's something going on behind the scenes. We all know what's going on behind the scenes. It's corruption. It's corruption. Chelsea stole it late on. And then they were pegged back by us straight away. And they didn't want that. They didn't want that at all. There's only one feasible answer. There's no other two ways about it. I've watched it back so many times, trying to find a loophole into why it was correct. It's not correct. It's not correct. And, you know, our game's destroyed. Our game is destroyed. It's gone. People need to make a stand, you know, because fans can't do anything now. You know, people saying supporters should boycott it. You know, you can bring as many anti-VAR banners as you like. They played a whole season without fans. This won't make a difference to them if fans boycott it. They'll just get another one through the door. We're customers. We're customers. They don't care. They don't care. You know, like, as a football supporter, you go to these games and against the Sky Six. And, you know, Chelsea are a big club. There's no denying that. Every time we played Chelsea, we're always going to be underdogs. I thought, you know, we've had a good record against Chelsea in the last few seasons, but we're always going to be underdogs against them. We're always going to be second best for the bulk of the game. But I honestly thought we'd get a chance to beat them today, because they're not that good. They're not the great Chelsea they once were. They're falling behind everyone else. They're being overtaken. They've just got a new owner. Abramovich has departed. You know, they're going to be like Arsenal have been the last few years, or Liverpool were post Benitez. You know, like, they're not the great Chelsea side. They're there to be taken. And, like, you know, we took the lead. But again, why was that goal looked at? You know, this is the problem I have, because you score a goal, especially away from home against a rival, you want to celebrate, you know, as you do. You know, like, when you go to football and when you can't beat the feeling of scoring a goal, and nothing comes close. The joy, the relief, the surprise, you know, and it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. It gives you that bit of power. It gives you that bit of boost. Like, it's what you need sometimes. And for our goal, I mean, I've just come back. Literally, I was at the game today, and I've just come back. And when Antonio scores, like, you know, especially when a goalkeeper's involved in the mix, you've always got to second guess yourself, and that's the problem with VAR. There's a lot of second guessing when a goal goes in nowadays, unless you smack one in from 30 yards, and even then the fuckers try and find a loophole. And again, this ref was trying to find a loophole for it. Eventually gives the goal. There was nothing wrong with it. But why does our goal get forensically analysed, looking for fucking loopholes? The other night against Spurs, when the penalty decision was overturned, it took so long to overturn it because the ref's trying to find a loophole to give the big 16 the penalty. These players of these clubs, they go around, they want everything for them. They go around dirty football. They go around fucking, you know, moaning to the referee. They're entitled. They're so entitled. They want everything about them. It's always got to be on their terms. And it's no wonder these teams try to make a breakaway league. Let them go. Fucking let them go. Fuck them off to wherever they've got to go. Go and let them play their games in fucking Saudi Arabia or New York or wherever it is, with fucking Dunkin' Donuts as a fucking advert. Fuck them off. Their time in this league is done. It's a monopoly. You're destroying our game. You score a late equaliser away from home in a derby game. It's pandemonium. Everyone, it's a dream. It's what football fans dream of. It's why you do the miles. It's why you rack up every fucking game. It's why you go to shitholes like fucking Burnley and, well, not Burnley this season, but you get the gist of it. To have moments like that, and when people in a fucking room in Stockley Park are sat there making these decisions when there's no way that's not a goal. Like, it's not football. It's not football. It's you know, like I said, you come to football as a fan expecting a result. You can expecting an upset when you're an underdog, and you know that's what makes football great. That's what makes football the beautiful game it is. Well, was. And you're having that ripped away from you. It just throws everything. It throws the integrity of the sport. It throws the nature of the sport out of the window. And, you know, we know they don't care about fans, but, you know, we still turn up and support our team. And we're the heartbeat of most clubs. No matter how much money there is in the game, players come and go, fans come and go. The fans will stay till the day they die. And you know, you're just shitting on them more. It's just a fucking corrupt monopoly. You know, Scudamore come out when he retired and he was saying, you know, Man United not getting in the Champions League would be bad for the Premier League. Well, there's your proof. There's your proof that they favour these sides. They favour the monopoly because they bring in the most money. They've got, you know, they got the better chances of doing the country well, playing in Europe, and they don't want teams. I'm not saying this is an well, I do think it is partly an anti-West Ham thing, but I think if that was against like a Bournemouth or a Nottingham Forest, the goal, well, not Nottingham Forest because we had a goal disallowed against them too, but I mean, a team not in that cartel Sky 6 bracket, the goal gets given. It's purely because of who the opposition are. It upsets me. It depresses me. It just, I'm lost for words. I'm angry. I say I'm lost for words. You know, I've just been speaking for about 8 minutes, but it sickens me. I think that's the right word to put it. It sickens me because you're having the match day experience, like, you know, ripped away from you because the Premier League decide they want to help out a bigger club at the cost of a whole fan base and a whole club and a whole team. Yeah, they'll fucking come out the Premier League or whatever, and in the coming week, and they'll be like, "Yeah, we got it wrong. It's not good enough." Reece James as well should have been sent off. He's kicked out Antonio. It's a straight red anyway, but he's on a booking. Give him a second booking. So if he does get banned retrospectively, that's not going to make a difference to us. If you want to help us out, ban him from when we next play Chelsea. Don't ban him for when they play fucking whoever their next game is. Don't give a fuck. Doesn't affect us. If you want to come out and apologise, give us an extra point. Take 2 from Chelsea. You won't do it, will you? They won't do it. So it's pointless. You stick your fucking apologies up your ass, you know. But you know, I think people need to make a stand because fans can't. I just said they played a whole season without supporters in the stadium. The fans can't. The fans, they won't listen to the fans. All it takes is people who work for BBC, who work for Sky Sports, fat chance, who work for BT Sport, to call it out for what it is, and that's corruption. Because once someone who works for those media companies on that narrative, once they turn against the narrative, then it changes. And I also think boycott playing these teams. Boycott playing them. Give them the points if they want, but boycott playing them. Then something will be done. Walk off if you have to. Walk off. But it's down to the players and the manager to sort this mess out, I think. Not for us, I think for any club. This goes to the other 13 clubs that are victims of this fucking cartel monopoly. Walk off. If you're playing one of these teams later on this season, because something like this will happen again. It happens every fucking season. We're only in September. We're 5 games in, 4 or 5 games in? And we're talking about this bollocks already. It's going on for too long. It's been going on for too long. You can say the referees are shit. You can't keep calling them shit, though. How can you be that shit all the time unless there's something else going on? There's your answer. There's your answer. But no, I think I think it's down for players and managers to make a stance and stop this, stamp this out the game. That the real problem is when Blatter and Platini were found not guilty a couple of months ago, that closed anything. I think if they were found guilty, because we all know what they're doing. FIFA, UEFA, the presidents, they're all corrupt. It's UEFA are worse than the Premier League, but the Premier League's definitely going that way. It's a monopoly, it's a mafia, it's a cartel, and they were found not guilty in a court of law, looking after their own. It was a Swiss court, believe it or not. Guess where Sepp Blatter's from? Switzerland. So therefore, if they were found guilty, then everything would come out. That would open up a can of worms. You'd have one, you'd have one referee get called out and exposed. Then there'd be more. Then there'd be secret text messages, WhatsApp groups coming out. There's definitely something behind the scenes. 110%. 110%. It's been going on for far too long. The only way to end it now is if the media start turning against this narrative, and pundits as well. It's all good tweeting it was a bad decision, which it was a bad decision, but call it out for what it is. It's a bad decision, but it's a corrupt decision. Call it as that, and then we'll start to see more. Once one speaks out, more will do it. More will call out for what it is. They got to be thinking it. They're professional players. I know they're from previous generations, but this generation of football's fucked. It's just fucked. It's sad to see. I think the Premier League in 2018-19 was the last proper Premier League season as we'll ever see. But something needs to be done. Players, managers, take a stance. If this happens again against one of these teams, walk off. Other teams will do it. It will start a domino effect. Once someone does something, others will take inspiration and go and do it. It's the only way. It's the only way. People need to fight back. Because the top bosses will let it happen. The fans can't do anything. We're just customers. We pay our money, watch the game, then fuck off home. But the game, enough about that. Onto the game. I thought, aside from the VAR, obviously that's going to be the main talking point. Aside from that, we played well, but we gifted it to them. We gifted it to Chelsea. Chelsea were there for the taking. It was a poor game of football. I thought two poor sides. I thought we set up well. I think we sat back for periods of the game when we didn't need to. They're just stale, Chelsea. They've not got a striker, but they have players off the bench. And the substitute Havertz won it for them. We got players off the bench as well, which made a difference. Cornet definitely made... I know he should have scored with a header off the post, but he made up for it. But the Premier League monopoly took it away from him. So he's a good impact player. Benrahma was good. Paqueta did all right. Bowen needs to up his game, but the real issue for me is Fabianski. I think Fabianski, aside from the VARs, cost us the game. It's Areola time now, as simple as that. Areola is the better keeper for me. He's a younger keeper. He's better at distribution, and he commands his box so much well. Fabianski can't. His communication is awful. Fabianski's only a good shot stopper now. He was very hesitant. There were a few balls in the box that come across from Chelsea near him, just stood there. Luckily for him, no one was there to tap it in. But again, before they equalised, they were getting in behind, they're crossing balls in, and he's getting mixed up with his defender, coming for the ball. It's poor. It's poor communication. It's as simple as that. It's he doesn't command his box. He doesn't talk to his players, and the goal, he doesn't need to come out. Like Chilwell's going nowhere. Chilwell's just got there, stabbed it, and it's rolled in because Fabianski's rushed out and nowhere to be seen. He's giving me Adrian vibes. If he stays on his line, lets the defender go to Chilwell. Chilwell gets cornered, struggles to cross the ball, probably end up turning and going into the corner flag and trying to make something happen then. Fabianski's cost us, so's the VAR. It's as simple as that. I think we gifted Chelsea the win. I didn't think they were all that. I thought they were poor. I didn't think we were, I thought we played well, but I didn't think we were the better team, so to speak. But Chelsea didn't offer anything apart from the goals. And it, like, you know, it was poor goal came from Fabianski, and we switched off for the winner. It's a cross in, you deal with it, simple as. And Havertz has just got there first, and we've walked out of Stamford Bridge robbed with a, you know, we've scored straight after, but it's been disallowed, and sadly that's going to be the focal point about this game. And it's devastating, mate. It's devastating. It's disgusting. Like I said, it disgusts me, but we'll get over it eventually. We always do, you know. I've been going West Ham for years. We can take losing, just can't take losing like that. Not when it's unjustified, not when it's been snatched out of your hand at the last. It's sickening. Sickening the sport football's become, sickening the money in it, sickening the corruption. We've got a fucking World Cup in December. To be fair, I could do with a break from the Premier League for a month. Hopefully we'll sack them off, come back with some referees from Qatar. Anyway, that's enough. Come on, you irons.